Hallo, herzlich willkommen zurück. Rocket Beans auf der Gamescom 2016. Bei mir der Dominic von Ubisoft. Nice to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, Dominic is actually a very German name, but you're not from Germany.
No, I'm not. I'm from Quebec in Canada.
Yeah, but that's quite beautiful as well. Yeah. So that's why we are talking English, by the way. You brought us Watch Dogs 2, which is great. I haven't played Watch Dogs. I wanted to play it, but then I didn't.
Now you can play it too.
Yeah, I can play both games so after one another. So we don't have the game here, but we have a gameplay trailer, so we can talk about some things that we see. I hope we can put it on right now. Okay, there it is.
In Watch Dogs 2, you are Marcus Holloway, a young, brilliant hacker that is part of a hacking group called DedSec. As you explore the Bay Area and help DedSec grow in power, you're put in a seamless connected world that offers single and multiplayer opportunities without lobbies or loading screens. As long as you're online, there's always a chance to meet other players. Follow your way and keep playing solo, or easily form a co-op team and explore the world together. Cruise around the bay and discover new areas. Have a ride in the backcountry. And many other activities. Through your smartphone, take on an endless series of co-op missions. Try to get the best score and show who's the best hacker in town.
Holy fuck, this is awesome.
With online invasions, fight off other players trying to hack into your DedSec systems. Use all your new hacking tools to locate invaders and take them down. Now it's your turn to seamlessly invade other players' session and hack them while remaining undetected. If you create too much chaos, such as killing innocent civilians, you could end up with a bounty hunter contract on your head. This means up to 3 other players can seamlessly invade your game and hunt you down for a reward. However, you can turn the tables and hunt down those who are tracking you for even bigger rewards. Everything you do online in Watch Dogs 2 is optional, but will always contribute to your overall progression in the game, giving you access to improved hacking tools and gear. This is the online setting of Watch Dogs 2. What you do with it is up to you.
So, just a few impressions from Watch Dogs 2, so we know what we're talking about. Let's start with the changes compared to Watch Dogs 1. So what did you do that is new?
Well, quite a few things. First, we have a new character, Marcus. He's a young hacker who joins a hacker group to take down a corrupted establishment. So it's a new storyline, new character, and also a new setting, because now we're in the San Francisco Bay.
Okay, so Chicago, I guess, was the last city?
Chicago was for Watch Dogs 1,
yeah.
And now we're moving to sunny California and the whole San Francisco Bay. So that's San Francisco, Oakland, and very importantly for us, Silicon Valley.
Yeah. Okay, so you're from Silicon Valley?
No, so our character, Marcus, is from Oakland. But what's really cool about Silicon Valley...
Yeah, I mean you, because...
Oh, me?
Yeah,
no.
you mentioned Silicon Valley as a...
Yeah, it's important for us in Watch Dogs because that's where all the big tech companies are. Okay. So that's where all the HQ for all the big tech companies are, and you're trying to fight against those corrupted companies to try to bring them down because they're trying to use technology to control people. So it's like going to the home base of all of those big corporations.
Okay. So all those nerds, they became evil and now they rule the world.
It's not that simple.
Yeah.
Basically what happens is there are some people trying to use the technology, not only the cell phones we have, but all the cameras installed in the city and all the information captured on us to try to abuse it. So basically that's called big data, and they're using big data to predict what we'll do next, how they can influence us, how they can sway our votes. And so DedSec and the main character Marcus, they start seeing signs of that and they try to expose that corruption. They try to build a movement to bring that corruption down, basically.
Yeah, but there's a trigger moment why he does it, because he was like blamed for a crime he did not commit, much like Reno Reigns, if you remember Renegade. That's the reason why he's rogue, right?
Well, okay, so really the trigger point for him personally, Marcus, is at some point he gets hit by a profile that's completely unjust, that basically code decides that he's a criminal even if he hasn't done anything. So that starts, getting on his nerves. And the guy starts using his technical skills to get more and more information, peek behind the curtain. And Marcus realized it's something much bigger than him. It's a lot of unjust profiling happening on a lot of people to try and control people. That's when he starts doing hacktivism and bringing down that corruption.
Yeah, so it's like a dystopia. It's like the technology influences our everyday lives. It's a little bit like Big Brother, it knows everything. And
yeah, we're taking the tech around us today, right? And we're kind of dialing up to 11. So we're saying, what if people started abusing that technology? All the information captured on us. What if some people started using it for less, more evil reasons than just making money? Yeah. So we're looking at the what if, how criminal groups, our corporation, how the government can be abusing technology. And you have various quests, and you're going to be peeling off like layers of an onion, all of those factions, what they're doing and how is it tied together, trying to expose them to the public.
Okay, so the city itself is much bigger than in Watch Dogs 1? Like
yes.
Double the size? Or?
Yeah, double the size. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't a goal when we started. We didn't want to necessarily make a bigger world, but we needed that space to create the whole Bay of San Francisco.
Okay. And there's actually, I saw it in the trailer, it's a co-op mode, so you can play with your friends.
Yes, we wanted to push the notion of seamless online. So it's not just co-op, but you're actually going to meet other players organically as you go through your game. So you're playing in single player, you're going around the city, and you're going to be seeing other players, other hackers from DedSec, who are also, from their perspective, playing in single player. So it's like you're sharing a world. And then you can walk up to each other and just ask to play co-op. If the other player accepts, then you're a co-op team and you can do missions together.
But let's say there's a car, you get into the car and you drive around. Can you make a crash with a different player?
For another player? Yeah, so the logic is the other player you're seeing in the world are also DedSec hackers, so they're friends. So there's no friendly fire, and you can't hack each other in that context. Okay. So we don't want to have any griefing. Obviously, all of this is optional, but it's a really cool aspect of the game. But then there's also PvP. So we could be playing co-op, and some other guy could jump into our game and try to hack us or invade us. And if that happens, then we can take him down. Then we can, have retribution on him.
Okay, so by hacking, he enters our world?
Yeah, he can enter our world, and then he can try to hack into us, even if we're playing co-op. And we have to find him. It's like a hide-and-seek gameplay. So that's something we had in Watch Dogs 1 that a lot of people are still playing today. So we're bringing that back. We're also bringing a new mode, which we call Bounty Hunter. We're showing it for the first time here at gamescom. Where, you know how in a game like this, if you start creating crimes, the police will try to arrest you. They'll try to stop you. And then the more heat you get, the bigger the reaction from police. And at some point, you're going to have a bounty on your head. And other players are going to get the option to join the police against you in your game.
Okay.
So that's a really cool thing that just emerges from the game as you're playing solo.
Yeah.
And if you're the one, from the other perspective, you're going around your city and you can actually see another player going by being chased by the cops. And you can join the cops and try to take him down for rewards.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
Something people were a little bit complaining about was like the steering of the car.
Yeah.
But you changed that as well?
Yeah, we listened to that. So totally understood the feedback. Yeah. So we went back to the basic. We rebuilt our whole driving model. And we had a chance to work with our buddies at Reflection Studio in Newcastle, who've been doing a lot of driving games for the past couple of decades, actually. Yeah. And so they worked with us to build a new driving model. We're super happy with it. So the idea was to keep the depth and have various types of vehicles that really feel different, but make it more accessible so that people have an easier time at controlling the vehicle and mixing it up with hacking, mixing it up with shooting. It should be fun and easy to control.
Yeah, so you can drive a car, you can shoot simultaneously, but you can also hack the traffic lights.
Yeah, you can hack traffic lights. one of the great new hacks we did is you can hack other cars, and actually that opens up a lot of creativity for the player.
Yeah.
So I mean, the main fantasy is just clearing off cars in front of you if you want to go in traffic, but you can also hack cars into your enemies or try to block their way. So imagine a mission where you need to take down someone fleeing in a car. Well, now you can hack his car and take him out that way. So it really changes the way you go, approach such a mission.
Are there older cars in the game? Like I drive a 20-year-old Opel Corsa without any extras. This is a car impossible to hack. This is why I drive the car.
That's your reason.
I'm safe. Are there older cars that you can't hack?
Yeah, so we started that way. We started saying only the modern cars have a central computer. If you have an old Chevy, it doesn't have that. But then the logic we applied in our world is that CTOS, the system that controls the whole city, was also installed in every car. So if you want to have your license plate, you need to have CTOS hook up in your car so they can control traffic, lower accident, lower insurance premiums. So it's all for good reasons. So even your old car would have a computer hooked up in it, so you can hack into that and control it.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun. Actually, we do have our chat here. So if you guys have a question for Dominic that you would like have to be answered, please feel free to ask. I try to find, it's not easy, there are so many hearts for you. Look, those purple hearts, they are exclusively for you. But if you do have a question, I try to find it, between the lines. So tell me something more. What is the cool feature about Watch Dogs 2?
One of the main things, obviously, in the game, the main mechanic is hacking. So we added a lot of new hacks, but we also wanted to add more depth to hacking. So in Watch Dogs 1, any single ingredient or person could only be hacked in one way. Now we wanted to change that. So we basically had one hacking button. So if I target you, I could hack you in one way. Now we have multiple ways of hacking anyone in the world, and you're not limited in what you can hack. So there's a lot more things you can hack. Basically, the whole idea is to try to allow players to be more creative in how they use hacking in missions and have hacking be more powerful inside of the game.
What is love? Is a question by Intrigento. So would you like to answer that?
What's the question?
What is love?
What is love?
So while I'm searching through the chat, you could try to answer the question, what is love?
What is love? That's very philosophical.
What is yeah. Do you have an answer? What is love for you?
Family and friends, yeah.
It's hard to find a question. Okay, so in the trailer, it says the online mode is optional, so can I turn it off? As a question by Levano94.
So what was the question? Can you repeat it?
Okay, yeah, I try. So in the trailer, it says the online mode is optional, so can I turn it off?
Yes, you can. Yes, definitely. So you're going to have clear options where you can turn off the online. You're also going to be able to customize the things you want to engage in. So you can say, for example, I want to have co-op options. I want to have co-op players in my world, but I'm not interested in getting invaded. I'm not interested in having other players attacking me, and you can turn specific features off. And that's all fine. I mean, we think it's a lot of fun, and we want to offer those things to gamers, but we understand different players have different tastes, and that's fine.
There are some questions about the graphics. For example, Just Relax asks, will Watch Dogs become available in the graphical quality like in the trailer that recently got released? Obviously, this is about the PC.
Okay, yeah. So that's a good question. So one of the things we didn't want is to start communicating before we nail all of our graphics and the configuration that allow good frame rates on our platforms. So that's why we started communicating in June. We knew at that point that we had our solid frame rate on all platforms with those graphics. So what you're seeing is what you're getting. Obviously, most of the graphics we showed are PS4 configuration graphics. So on PC, it depends on your PC. You're going to be able to lower the settings or upgrade the settings depending on the rig you have. So actually, we have very high resolution texture packs that we're going to be shipping with the game. So if you want to run it in 4K, or if you want to have, if you have a very powerful rig, then you have even better graphics. So it depends on your rig, obviously.
Someone was asking about helicopters. Are there helicopters, or maybe like air vehicles in general?
Yeah. So you cannot drive helicopters in the game. That completely broke our balancing and the power of hacking if we allowed that. But what you have is a flying drone that you can craft and upgrade, and you can use anywhere in the world to explore, and you can hack from your drone, so it's super powerful. You can survey layouts, and you can hack from it, and you can go back and forth from from Marcus to his drone at any time, so you have a different perspective on the battlefield, basically, or on the layout to manipulate people and to enjoy that perspective.
So, there was something about the invading mechanism. If you've changed that was very fast. I just had a glimpse, but you know what he's talking about.
So invasion was the feature that I was talking about. I was in Watch Dogs 1, where you can go and hack another player. We tweaked it, we've evolved it a little bit, so we tweaked the rules, but the core logic is the same. You're going and you're trying to hack a target, a rival hacker, and remain unnoticed. And once you start hacking him, that other players know someone is hacking him, has a general idea of where that person is in his city, and can try to find you and kill you. One of the big things that changed is because you have all those new tools, the ability to use drones, the ability to hack into many, many things, it completely create a new dynamic in the game mode. And one thing to keep in mind is those things are all compatible with co-op also, so you can be playing co-op and you can have someone invading both of you, and then you're two guys trying to find that person to take him out.
Are there any social integrations, like an app on the smartphone which helps playing through the game?
So no,
by the real TV?
That's a good question. We didn't want to put any effort on external app. We wanted to focus all our efforts into making the game great, and that would have been a distraction from that. So we focused every effort we could into the main game. I saw one that I thought was interesting.
Please.
Yeah, which was, is there any link between the story in Watch Dogs 1 and Watch Dogs 2? And I think that's an important question for people who played the first game. So you have a new character, but DedSec was already part of Watch Dogs 1. It was DedSec in Chicago. It's a different group of people, but you're gonna start seeing that more and more. The game is clearly set in the same world, so you're gonna start hearing about the same faction. Bloom, which was a big corporation in the first game, is there again. And you're going to start maybe even seeing some of the characters that you saw in the first game making appearances in this one.
Okay. So maybe as a last question, someone is concerned about cheating. He's asking if you have any anti-cheat tools.
Yeah, we're working on that. Yeah, we're definitely working on that right now on PC. We're trying to figure out the best anti-cheating solution. So we're putting the finishing touch on that. And I can't confirm exactly which one we'll use, but we're working on that. Definitely we'll have one for launch.
Okay. Okay, two more questions, because it's exciting. Headstorm is asking, will there be Easter eggs and a companion app like in Watch Dogs 1?
So companion app, we answered already. Easter eggs, well, they wouldn't be Easter eggs if I told you what they are, but yeah, obviously. I mean, it's great fun for us to hide things in this beautiful big world we're building, and it's a fun part of making a game, is hiding things for fans to find, so obviously. Obviously.
So, my last question would be, someone asked that, is there a VR support?
No VR. I mean, I think VR needs to be approached in a very dedicated way. If you make a VR game, it should be a VR game. So we're not making a VR game, so we don't have VR support.
I like that. So, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
It's coming out in November 18th?
November 15th, PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
So, every platform on the same day.
Yeah.
I like that very much. Thank you very much,
Thanks
Dominic. And good luck with Watch Dogs 2. Ihr Lieben, gleich sind wir wieder zurück. Dann wird Rachel da sein. Seltzer, please. Das hat Tradition. Die dritte Gamescom? Nee, die zweite Gamescom. Davor war es die E3. Das wird sehr lustig werden. Vielleicht hat sie wieder Candies dabei. Ich habe nämlich vergessen, welche zu kaufen. So, ne? Ich freue mich sehr. Bis gleich. Macht's gut.